So a very common question that I get asked from people is, how do I, how did you start getting into becoming a dominatrix? And yeah, like, it makes perfect sense. It's very uncommon. A lot of people don't know much about it, and yeah, it's very mysterious. But yeah, the way I got into it was so, like, so random. I didn't exactly know what a dominatrix was beforehand either. I did not. I didn't even know they existed. So yeah, this is very 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 niche. But yeah, so um, I so what I do, like as what my main thing, my main focus in life in general is that I'm a moral philosopher and I do a lot of research to yeah, expand my perception of morality, increase my understanding of philosophy, etc. And yeah, of course, the more experiences I have, the easier it is for me to get my messages across and talk about ideas. So yeah, I decided after reading a book that really inspired me called Sex at Dawn. There are a lot of things I don't agree with in the book, but it just completely changed my perception of human sexuality, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I have to get into this because not many people are questioning this right now. It's a very neglected topic in moral philosophy, and I'm going to take charge and really start writing about it. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to go and go undercover in some adult entertainment industries and start writing about stuff, my experiences, and really questioning things. Because a big part of me realized a lot of things is talked about in the media, the way it's portrayed. I had a very good idea that it's not. It's yeah, it's there's the reason why it's portrayed in that way is because it's beneficial to control female sexuality, and I was like, yeah, that's bullshit. Let's see for myself what it's really like. And yeah, wow, best experience of my life. So interesting. There's so much involved, so much communication. As somebody that's very interested in like human psychology, communication, I was just like, wow, this is amazing. I love this. And yeah, so as a dancer, I was very different to the other women because I have a very strong dominant side. So I'd like intellectually dominate men. I'd even in my dances, I would like play a very dominant character, play around with many different types of character. I'd like dance like I was like a sexual predator and like basically tell them that they're my little bitch. Oh, it was funny. They loved it. They loved the character. They loved the sassiness. And yeah, it evolved from there because in my dances, they would like ask. Oh, I'd noticed that they'd get. Sometimes there'd be a brain chemical exchange while I'm dominating them, and they'd get like they'd look like they're on drugs, like meth. They're like, and I'm like, what is going on with your brain? Like this is not happening to other men that are having privates. What, like is this normal? And then later on, I started researching. I was like, what was that? And I realized that between a dominant and a submissive, there is a brain chemical exchange that goes on, and if you get them into a state of submission, or the more they're in a state of submission, ideally in subspace, then it leads to a massive dopamine release. I'm like, oh my god, that's what it was. That's what I'm doing. I'm like, wow, this is fascinating. And then I decided to play around with this even more. So I at one time I'm like, let's bring a whip. And oh my god, when I brought in the whip, I basically made all the men my bitches. Just through eye contact and domination. They loved it, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I'm putting you into a state of submission through psychology. And it was crazy. People looking from like just looking at what I was doing, they're like, what are you doing? Like, why are they all suddenly becoming your puppies and following you around everywhere? I'm like, ah, wow, the power of understanding human psychology. And then yeah, I started to take it even further. One of my submissives wanted me to slap him in a private, and I was like, yeah. Choke him. And they loved it. They were like, oh my god. And I'd get this huge chemical exchange back as well once they're in submission, and I was like, whoa, what is this? This is like crazy. I've never experienced something like this. So it's like being on a drug, but like a very, very like a natural drug. And yeah, since then I was just like, okay, this is amazing. Researched a little bit more into dominatrix women, and I was like, whoa, this is fucking sick. And I was like, yep, that's it. I am gonna go 100% in. I'm gonna go into this. This is fascinating. And yeah, I'm gonna become a dominatrix. And yeah, since then it's been like, wow, and it's been like I've been like living in a crazy sexual wonderland. And yeah, it's been amazing. I've transitioned from psychological dominance to physical dominance, intellectual dominance, and I'm just like exploring more and more every day. It's been beautiful, and yeah, I can't wait to share more of my experiences and my stories as a dominatrix.